All right, y'all. So she just made another sale. These three items here, they were listed individually, but the buyer bundled them together. So I'm about to package them up and schedule them to be picked up on Monday because it is now Saturday, May 31st, about 3:30 p.m. And I'm gonna hurry up and do this real quick because I just heard my Walmart delivery being dropped outside. But aren't these the cutest little things? Like this one, I was drawn to because of the print and the bright colors. Like, absolutely love this. And this one is a 24-month. And then, of course, the dinosaurs, like all little boys, just about love dinosaurs, even girls. My daughter wanted to be a paleontologist until she realized it was going to take 13 years to go to college for that. So she was like, nah, I'm good. And then this cute little one here is a 12-month, and it reads, as you can see, super cool dude. So I'm so excited to see that these are going to a family that's going to love them and, yeah, just get some cute little pictures or whatever they're going to do with it. So, yes, excited. All right, so if you've been following me for quite some time, you already know what the deal is in this clip. Your girl loves hanging her clothes outside. This is something that I grew up doing as a child because we had a clothesline instead of a dryer, but we did have a washer in our home, and it was my chore to hang the clothes outside. So that's something that stuck with me in my adult years, and I absolutely love it. Y'all, I had to refold the towel. I have a stickler about the way my kitchen towels are folded, so yeah, I had to refold it. But this was just a moment that I was having to myself, just folding clothes and washing them, hanging them outside. It's very therapeutic for me. So having this time to do this chore prior to my caregiver duties, because at this point dad was still asleep, I do not take that for granted. I just, have this moment of no chatting, just in my own thoughts, listening to the animals outside, cars driving by, enjoying the breeze, just absolutely enjoying the moment to myself before the noise of caregiving gets started. Absolutely loving it. And once I was done with the towels, I gravitated to the kitchen to wash the dishes that I did not wash the previous day. And this was something that occurred a lot because as a caregiver, you get tired. And I had to learn to not uh, beat myself up about the fact that something on the to do list did not get done in a day. Just push it over to the side, do it the next day, and you will be fine. It is not the end of the world. And doing this for 9 years, baby, when I tell you I will quickly put something to the side so that I don't have to do it that day and to allow myself to recharge. Oh, yes, your girl is going to do it because I have seen and read too many stories where caregivers have transitioned before their caree because they were not taking care of themselves. I'm trying to be here as long as God will see me to be here. That part. And I do have a dishwasher, but because I also washed dishes by hand as a child, it carried over into my adult years, and that's just how I still wash dishes to this day. It's less water to me. It takes less time because it's about an hour or so for a dishwasher to run. And I feel that my dishes are getting cleaner when I wash them by hand. And as you can see from the steam that's coming from me rinsing the dishes, you know I like to use some pretty hot water. So let me know in the comments section, do you prefer the dishwasher or washing them by hand? And later that afternoon, I began the process of taking my braids down. And you saw in a previous video where I mentioned that I needed to take the braids down because they had been in my, like I'd had the braids for about a month. And well, actually, it was little over a month. And I just decided to take it down after I had done what needed to be done that morning and earlier that afternoon. And as you can also see, I have more clothes hanging outside, and these are dad's clothes that I've washed because, like I said, I wanted to get everything washed as much as I possibly could. And then I took a break so that I could start dad's dinner. And this was probably around maybe 5:30, 6 o'clock, because I like to at least have him eating between 7 and 7:30. And that particular day, as you see, I made him some green beans, not green beans, some lima beans, and macaroni and cheese. And I don't typically use this boxed macaroni and cheese. I don't even like Kraft macaroni and cheese. But again, because we were moving, I didn't want to buy my items in bulk because I knew that we were not going to be able to use all of those things within a 30-day period. So I downsized and I allowed myself to buy products that I normally wouldn't buy because it was easier for me to store and make sure I cook all of it before we moved out of the house. And then here you just see me stirring it up, and I put the wooden spoon on top of the water and the pasta as it's boiling because for whatever reason, wooden spoons keep the, I guess, starch buildup from being what it is, and the water doesn't boil over. So here you see me putting sour cream in the macaroni. And the reason I do that is because it cuts the sodium, because this boxed macaroni with that powdered cheese has a very high sodium count. So I like to add 2 scoops of like a hefty amount of sour cream, which is why I use the light sour cream, into the macaroni so that it can cut that sodium. And we are back at the hair. Remember, I told you I took a break? Yeah, it takes me a long time to take my hair down. So to put the braids in, I think it took me maybe about 4 or 5 hours to braid my entire head. And with my natural hair, there was no added hair. And then it takes me about maybe 2.5 to 3 hours, sometimes longer, to take it down, just due to the simple fact that I have caregiver duties to do over the day, or I may have wanted to take a nap. And as you can see, I gravitated to dad's room to watch the TV in his bedroom while I finished taking my hair down. And I'm chatting with Aisha. She's off to the side, and we're talking about things as far as moving and how we're packing and what we're going to throw away, give away, or sell, and giving ourselves, a time frame or a goal as to how we want to get that done and when. And just stay tuned to see if we actually got it done or not. And I have a lot of hair, y'all. Did I say that already? I have a lot of hair. And people think that my hair is thicker than it actually is, but I have a fine grade of hair and I absolutely love it, even though the gray hairs sometimes feel like wire. Thanks for watching. Bye.